Okay, quick movement and audio check. Okay, hello everyone, this is Gundam Ace, aka John Hooper, and I'm here with my streaming of Secret Game, Killer Queen, and we are continuing with Route Episode 3B. Last time we left off, because of the choice we made where we all went with Tezuka together, Tezuka tried to kill the group early, but was stopped, and, he fled after successfully bluffing the group. And the group met with Takayama, and they were able to negotiate with him to help stick with them, fulfill their release conditions by showing him the Joker. And so he agreed, but when they got back to the stairwell, they waited outside only to see Tezuka and Nagasawa had teamed up and were going up together. That's pretty much where we left off, so we're going to continue from there. Just another note that since the stream, about the stream game, I forgot to mention this last time, since we already knew from the start Sakumi was already dead, I will allow until the third confirmed death for people to make their bets on the stream game. There is no bet system in the PC version, so we can't use that. So we'll just have to make do with the stream game only here. Alright, and that said, let's continue. Doesn't look like we found Fumika and Reika yet. Doesn't look like they found Fumika and Reika yet. Soichi recalled Tezuka and Nagasawa's conversation. He'd been shocked that it appeared they were actively participating in the game. But fortunately, it didn't seem like they'd killed anyone yet. I'm also sorry, I just want to point out here that, yes, I'm aware there's a bit of, frame skipping with this, with my, the PC version, capture software I'm using. I don't really know how to fix it, unfortunately, but since this is a visual novel without much in the way of visual effects, it shouldn't affect much, fortunately, but, just let me know if there are any issues come up, and I'll see what I can do about them, but, yeah, for now, I don't think I can really do anything about the frame skipping, but fortunately it shouldn't affect much. Yeah, I know, just repeat what I said, sorry. Alright, here I go. Then maybe Fumika and Reika are still on this floor? What should we do, Soichi? Wait a little while longer?
だがそうすると仮に合流できたとしても戦力差が気になるな。向こうは積極的に武器を探すようだった。
But even if we do that, and even if we do meet up with them, I'm concerned about the difference in our battle potential. Those two seem like they were actively looking for weapons. Which means we should get on ahead ourselves. Hold on a second. Alright, even if we both increase our battle potential, I think that all wait for us at the end of a power game is mutual destruction, though.
その可能性もあるな。だが、対抗しなければ一方的にやられることになる。
That's also possible. However, once we resist them, we'll be on the end of a one-side slaughter. What do you think, Nagisa? Well, since we've got the opportunity, why don't we rest and have some food while we still can? Soichi is rendered speechless by that, cheerful voice is unfitting for this place. But when he thought about it, it seemed rather reasonable. The scariest ones here have already gone. Yeah, that's a good point. Sound like a plan,
異
guys?
論はない。食事をとりながら二人が来ることを祈って待とう。
I have no objections. Let's pray those two come along while we're eating.
じゃあ料理は任せてね。
Okay, then leave the food to me.
渚さん、私も手伝う。
Oh, nice, I'll help out too. Nice and Karin began to prepare the food, while Soichi and Takayama remained on watch. Soichi was getting an odd sense of deja vu. That's right. We did this with Tezuka too. When Tezuka deceived us, when we still thought he was our ally, we waited for people here like this too. And we had let Nagisa take care of the food.
今度は俺が裏切りとでも考えているのか。
Are you thinking that I might betray you this time? Of course not. All I'm thinking of is that how I won't betray anyone. Trying not to.
歪んでいるな。
Hold on a second. Might have misread that. Of course not. What I'm thinking is, what to do to avoid getting betrayed. That's twisted. Yeah, maybe. Soichi knew that was fully aware without having to be told. Soichi was as a human being. Soichi was twisted. He wasn't born that way. It was due to something that happened later in life. But though he was well aware of it, he didn't think he could change it.
だが、そのおかげであの二人が安心できるのも確かなのだろう。今後どうなるかは知らないが。
Thanks to that, those two can rest easy. We don't know if we'll ever get a chance like that ever again. Soichi shut his mouth at the dark implications behind Takayama's words. How useful would his calculations earlier be in this mess up situation? Soichi felt like asking that, but he stopped himself. Fumika and Reika aren't here, huh?
Oh.
Yeah. Their conversation ended there. In the end, they just continued to keep watch until they started eating. This is as long as we can wait. Yeah, in this case, there's a higher possibility they went on ahead. Fumika and Reika still hadn't come by. They didn't know how much time was left until this floor became a forbidden area, but they couldn't just keep standing around. I wish we could have met up here if possible, though. Then they could have removed Karin's collar right away. If she could get her collar off, then she could retreat into a forbidden area and just wait safely for the game to end.
でも、限界ってどういうこと？
What do you mean by as long as we can wait? Karin asked Takayama that. There was nothing in particular that seemed all that alarming, so she wasn't sure of the reason.
手塚と長澤の動きが気になる。
I'm worried about Tezuka and Nagasawa's movements.
そっか。確か武器を探すって言ってたっけ？
I see. They did say they were looking for weapons, right?
君たちの話を聞く限り、やはり手塚は油断ならない相手だろう。だとすると、上に上がった直後に待ち伏せを受ける可能性が高い。
Judging from what I heard from you guys, Tezuka is not an opponent to be taken lightly. In that case, there's a high possibility he may be waiting for us in ambush right after we get up.
この階にずっといるわけにもいかないのよね。
We can't stay on this floor forever, huh? Looks like we've given up on waiting to rendezvous here. He might have given up. I hope he's given up on his ambush too, though. As you said that, Soichi had a feeling that his guess was not on the mark. The time limit on this floor and the one above were just way too different. It was very plausible to consider they could be waiting until this floor became a forbidden area to ambush them.
嫌な予感がする。俺としては先に進むことを押すが、どうする？
I have a bad feeling about this. Personally, I recommend move on ahead, but what should we do, you think? The rest of the group looked at each other after Takayama said that. They were a bit reluctant since Fumika and Reika could still be around. But that wasn't enough reason for them to stay on this floor.
私は総一に任せる。
I'll trust Soichi's decision.
じゃあ、私も総一くんにお任せ。
Then I'll do the same. Let's go on ahead. That was the conclusion Soichi reached.
本当に待ち伏せされてるのかな。
Think they're really weighing an ambush for us? Karin muttered that anxiously and gripped Soichi's clothes. She was normally cheerful, and so you could tell that she was just an average girl of her age in that sense. I don't know, but all we can do is just go on ahead and be cautious. Please make sure to be careful too, Nagisa.
はーい。ありがとね、総一くん。
Okay, thank you, Soichi. As usual, Nagisa's voice lacked a single hint of tension. Takayama looked like he wanted to say something for a moment, but he'd never opened his mouth. They do ambush us. Do you think we can cut on through?
それは分からん。人数ではこちらが勝っているが、武器次第だ。相当のものじゃない限り、一度で型がつくとは思えないが。
I don't know. We have the advantage in numbers, but it depends on their weapons. As long as they don't have anything big, they shouldn't be able to take us all out right away, but still. Takayama's words were dispassionate, but thanks to that, Soichi was also able to calmly assess the situation. Two of them walked in front side by side, while Karin and Nagisa walked side by side behind them. He was considering using himself as a shield if it came down
そ
to
ろ
it.
そろ廊下に出る。死にたくなければ、物陰には注意しろ。
We'll be out in the hallway soon. If you don't want to die, keep a close eye on any blind spots. Takayama gave that cautious advice as he walked down into the closest hallway and looked from left to right with a stern expression. So he did the same and checked the surroundings when he heard the sound of something clang through the air. What was that? Takayama grabbed him by the arm before he had time to properly perceive it. Something flew right by Soichi's eyes at high speed and crashed into the wall behind him. Thanks to that, Soichi understood the situation.
Soichi!
Be careful, Karin. They really are ambushing us. His heart raced from the tension. Someone indeed tried to attack Soichi just now. Even saved thanks to Takayama's quick actions. But if he stayed like that, he may have gotten severely injured. Nagisa, you hurry too. Okay. Soichi took Karin's hand and ran. Since they'd been expecting this beforehand, they were able to get away fairly quickly.
避けられたか。追うぞ、坊主。
He dodged it, huh? Let's go after him, kid.
言われなくても。
No need to tell me twice. It was Tezuka and Nagasawa, just as they expected. Their bad feeling had been right on the mark. And even obtained a projectile. Takayama, in this kind of situation we should...
喋らずに走れ。人数では勝っても飛び道具を相手にするのは分が悪い。
Don't talk, just run. We may have the advantage in numbers. We have bad odds against projectiles. Soichi bit his lip. Just as Takayama had said, if he didn't focus on running, he'd probably die. Damn it, this is no joke. Shivers ran up his spine when he saw something graze his body. It was probably an arrow. Soichi instinctively turned around to see Nagasawa loading a crossbow of his next arrow. Though it took some time to load an arrow, that didn't mean you could just take it easy either. Wait for the next shot. Wait, hold on, I misread that. It took some time to load another arrow, so there's no way the second shot would come that quickly. Even so, anyone would be scared after they've been shot at from behind. They're following us. Tezuka and Nagasawa probably couldn't afford to let them run away either. Soichi's group, concerned behind them and slowing down as a result, were being chased by the two of them. They were maintaining a fixed distance between them. They couldn't get any further ahead.
それにしても、高山の大将がそっちに着くとは思ってなかったな。
I gotta say though, I didn't expect Takayama to go team up with you guys. Takayama showed no response to Tezuka's provocation. He kept running with a calm expression on his face. Soichi, you think you can shake them like this? I don't know, but running away was all they could do. As long as they're heading for the whole group, they might pull through. didn't mean they'd all get out safely. They should have a limit on their arrows, so we have to hold out until then.
それまで無事でいられるの？
Think we'd stay safe until then? Karen screamed when another arrow came flying right past her.
仕方ないか。
No choice, huh? Takayama muttered and suddenly sped up. Because of how fit he was considerably faster than the rest of the group. Takayama, Karen, and Nagisa are here too, you know. Takayama didn't respond. He sped up and left the rest of the group behind.
そんな裏切るつもりなの？
No way. Are you trying to betray us?
仲間割れかよ。でも大将、いい選択だぜ。弱い者は生きるために切り捨てないとな。
That falling out, eh? That was a good choice, boss man. In order to live, you need to cut off the weak. Another arrow hit a nearby wall. Desperately trying to keep his legs from shaking, Soichi kept holding Karen's hand and ran.
ついてこい。
Follow me. Takayama said that and inferred the distance even more. Soichi couldn't tell if he was trying to betray them or not.
宗一くん、この先はうまく進まないと行き止まりになるかも。
Soichi! Once we keep going on ahead, we'll be at a dead end. Nagisa, it's too dangerous to look at your PDA while running.
いい加減に観念しろや。それ。
Just give up already. Nagasawa's arrow grazed Soichi's ear and he felt pain shoot through him.
おい、無駄に撃つな。大将がいないならこの距離を保つ必要もないんだ。近づいて確実に当てるぞ。
Hey, don't waste arrows. Now that the boss man's gone, we don't need to keep our distance anymore. Let's close in and then get a clear shot.
この距離から当てるのが面白そうなのに。まあ、いいか。
Aw, but it would've been so much fun to shoot him from this distance. Oh well, whatever. As usual, Nagasawa was treating this all as a game. His eyes gleamed as he looked at Soichi's group. No, at Karen, the smallest among them.
宗一、どうしよう、追いつかれちゃう。
Soichi, what do we do? They're gonna catch up with us. Just as Tezuka said, they stopped shooting. But in exchange, their pursuers were getting closer and were focusing on getting. But in exchange, their pursuers were focusing on running. It was clear just from comparing their running speeds that the two men were much faster than Soichi's group. They could no longer hear Takayama's footsteps anymore, and had no idea where he'd gone.
かりんちゃん。
Karen finally tripped and fell, perhaps from exhaustion. As a result, Soichi was forced to stop since he was holding her hand. Nagisa, get away, please! It was all Soichi could do to say that. He couldn't run away with Karen on the ground.
ごめん、宗一。私のせいで。
I'm sorry, Soichi. It's all my fault. Just get up already. Hurry! Karin grimaced as she tried to get up. Perhaps she'd hit her knees when she fell. But it was right then that Tezuka and Nagasawa caught up with them.
ここまでだな。悪く思うなよ、三剣。
This is the end of the line. No hard feelings, Mitsurugi. Soichi silently glared at the two of them. He tried to back off while protecting Karin behind his back. It was right then that Nagisa took aim at Soichi.
伏せろ、三剣。
Mitsurugi, get down! Soichi instinctively embraced Karin and fell to the floor at Takayama's shouts. A moment later, he heard something split the air. But Tezuka jumped to the side at the same time, and his eyes widened with surprise.
勘がいいな、手塚。
You got some good intuition there, Tezuka.
おいおい、冗談だろ。
Are you fucking kidding me?
なんだあれ本物なのかくそ
What is that? Is it the real deal? Damn it!
やめろ、バカ。俺は逃げるぜ。
Stop it, dumbass. I'm getting out of here. Tezuka turned and ran after telling Nagasawa that while the latter was raising his crossbow. Nagasawa tried to shoot Takayama, but the continued splitting sounds made his face go pale, and he soon turned his back and ran just like Tezuka.
覚えてろこっちももっとすごい武器を手に入れてくるからな
I'll remember this. We'll be back with better weapons next time. Those last words, he ran off. Soichi heaved a huge sigh once they could no longer see him. He slowly got up, still holding Karin.
ソイチ君
Nagisa ran over to them. She embraced the two of them as she plunged into their arms.
無事でよかったソイチ君もカリンちゃんも怪我はない
I'm so glad you're okay. Soichi, Karin, you guys aren't hurt, are you?
私は大丈夫ソイチが守ってくれたから
No, I'm fine. It's because Soichi protected me. Karin looked at Soichi, his arm still around her, with flushed cheeks.
あれあれ
Oh, what's this I see here?
何渚さん
What is it, Nagisa? Nagisa grinned as though she knows something. While Karin, wriggled uncomfortably. Whew. Scared the shit out of me. So she had been planning to give up his life in order to protect Karin. That didn't mean he wasn't scared at all. He felt fear in the face of death. Takayama, you really saved us.
いや、無事だったらそれでいい。三剣たちも運がいいよ。
All that matters is that you guys are safe. Seems you all have good luck as well. Takayama said it dispassionately and lowered the object, shining with a black luster he held in his right hand. Soichi gasped when he saw it. It's that pistol! Is it the real deal?
見ての通りだ。先行して武器を手に入れてくるという作戦はとりあえずは成功した。ただ、あったとしても向こうと同じクロスボウだとばかり思っていたんだ。
as you can see. Our plan to cut them off and get weapons ahead of time has been successful for now. But even though we've got our hands on one, but even if we do, I thought we'd find crossbows like those guys. Karin trembled as she stared at the gun. Once the surprise faded from Soichi, he also felt fear. Did you miss on purpose just now?
最初の手塚への攻撃だけは狙っただがあとは威嚇だ
Not when I was aiming for Tezuka at first, but the rest were just for intimidation.
どうして？
Why is that?
ここで殺してしまうと今後君たちとの協力関係に圧力が生まれそうだったそれ以外に理由はない
Because if I killed them here, it'd create friction in our cooperation. There's no other reason than that. Karin asked that with wonder, and Takayama replied in a slightly annoyed way. Though the answer was unexpected, they were also grateful for it.
さっきは疑ってごめんなさい。
I'm sorry for doubting you earlier.
状況を考えれば疑われるのは仕方がないだがそのおかげで手塚たちが決着を急がなかったとも言える
It's only natural when you consider doubt when you consider the situation. But thanks to that, we're unable to sell the score of Tezuka and Nagasawa. Though he'd obtained a pistol, Takayama's attitude hadn't changed at all. The attitude of a dispassionate soldier carrying out a mission.
とりあえずはみんな無事だからよかったよね。
I'm just glad we're all alright for now. Yes, but can you let go of us already, Nagisa?
もう少しこのままじゃダメ？
Oh? A little more won't kill you, will it? Cut me a break, please. Soichi's face grew red as he grew conscious of the situation. Not even Soichi could remain ignorant when a woman was clinging to him so tightly. Ace got away from Nagisa and cleared his throat as he stood up. Oh, that's right, Karin. Look like you hit your leg back there. Are you okay?
うん。触ると痛いけど、特に問題はないと思う。
Yeah, it hurts when I touch it, but I don't think it'll cause any problems.
ちょっと見せてね。軽い打ち身だね。捻挫とかはしてないと思うよ。
Let me take a look. Yeah, it just looks like a little bruise. It doesn't look twisted or anything like that. You can tell, Nagisa?
簡単なものだったら、さすがに盲腸とかの手術はできないけど。
Simple stuff like this, yeah. Though I can't pull off any kind of surgery or something like that. Hey, no one was asking for that anyway. Thanks to Nagisa, the tense air had eased up. To Soichi, it seemed like a talent of hers. Alright, I think it would be best to look for Fumika and Reika before they come gunning for us again.
また来るかな。来るよね。
You think they'll come again? They will, won't they?
いや襲撃はしばらくないだろう先ほどのやりとりで感じたが手塚はやはり用心深い長沢が先走るか手塚と喧嘩別れをして仕掛けてくることはあるかもしれないがな
Hold on a second. Alright, Alright, here we go. No, we shouldn't expect another attack for a while. Judging from what I saw between them earlier, Tezuka is indeed very cautious. Nagasao is impertinent. There's a chance he'll get in the fight if Tezuka can break up and try launching his own attack.
あんまり仲良さそうじゃなかったもんね。
Yeah, it didn't look like they got along all that great, did they? In that case, we should be able to search with relative ease for a while. Consider the food situation. It seems like we'll need to look not just for Fumika and Reika, but check out all other kinds of places as well.
それについては見せておきたいものがある。ついてきてくれ。
About that, there's something I'd like to show you. Come with me.
見せておきたいもの？
What's that? Karin looked confused. She looked at Soichi and eyes of puzzlement, but naturally they didn't know either. They followed after Takayama and arrived at a certain room. The room looked like it had just been trashed. This is...
丁寧に開けている時間などなかったのでな。来てくれ。こっちのが銃が入っていた木箱だ。
I didn't have time to search carefully. Come over here. This is the box where I found the gun. The box Takayama indicated looked more smashed and open, just like the other boxes in this room. There's one on top of it, perhaps acts as a lid.
見せておきたいものってこれ？
Is this what you wanted to show us? Takayama nodded and removed the wood. Soichi looked on from behind him. What he saw were water bottles. There was also food, as well as plastic boxes the size of a matchbox lying nearby. Suddenly, the group's PDAs rang. When they checked the screen, they heard the familiar jaunty tune and saw the familiar old mascot.
あれ？またスミス？
Smith again? You reacting to this box? Takayama nodded. Then the voice started playing.
やあ、楽しんでやってるかな？
Hey, having fun, are we?
とってもエキサイティングな時間を過ごせているといいけど、うまくライバルを倒せなくてイライラしてるかもしれないね。
You just went through a really exciting turn of events. But you're probably feeling a little irritated. You might be feeling a little irritated not having defeated your rivals, aren't you?
今回はそんな君に嬉しいお知らせがあるんだ。なんとこの箱は大当たりなんだよ。
Well, do I have some good news for you guys? Guess what? You've hit the jackpot of this
本
box.
当はもう少し先で手に入る武器なんだけど、特別に君だけにあげちゃおう。ライバルと差がついている今がチャンスだよ。頑張って。
In all honesty, we weren't supposed to get these weapons till later on. But I'm giving them to you I'm giving to you all for special. Sorry, but I'm especially giving them to you guys. Now is your chance to widen the gap between your rivals. Good luck! Smith didn't exactly, indicate exactly what he wanted from them. There was no doubt he was implying that they should use the guns in the box to go and, use the gun in the box to go and kill the other players.
なんなのこれ。
What is this? It's like they're toying with us. How awful.
この銃と予備の弾丸がいくばくか。先に取り出しておいたのはそれくらいだ。
What I took out earlier was this gun and spare ammo. Can we count on you to take care of the gun?
俺は構わないが、本当に俺でいいのか。
I don't mind, but do you really trust me with it? Yes, I do. Besides, I don't think I know how to use them properly. After quickly receiving the seal of approval from Soichi, Takayama turned to look at Karin and Nagisa.
私は宗一が決めたことならそれでいいよ。
If that's what Soichi thinks, then I'm okay with it.
これまでそれでうまくいってるしね。今回もお任せ。
Yeah, it served us well up to now. All this time, I'm gonna leave it to him this time
分
too.
かった。それなら俺が預かっておこう。
Got it. Then I'll take care of these. Karin said it was because she was trusted Soichi's decision. It seemed like there was another kind of trust lurking in those words. It seemed she was honestly beginning to trust him after he'd saved their lives. That was also probably due to Soichi's influence. Anyway, this has been bugging me. But are the weapons gonna get stronger from here on out?
実際に見るまでは分からん。だが、それを裏付けるようなことは言っていたな。
I won't know until I see it for myself. But that did seem like the implication. Soichi couldn't get Smith's words about how they weren't supposed to get the gun until a little while later out of his head. Indeed, from what he's seen so far, going from a knife to a crossbow wasn't indeed more powerful. Was the pistol as powerful as it got? Or would they find even stronger weapons later on? It was giving Soichi a headache.
手塚のやつ、拳銃より強い武器を手に入れたら、また私たちを狙ってくるのかな。
Think Tezuka will come gunning for us if he finds a weapon stronger than the pistol? It's possible. In order to prevent that, we need to get our own hands on some stronger weapons ourselves. If that was the case, an unpleasant power game awaited them. Is Smith trying to get us to kill each
そ
other?
れは分からん。だが、争いが激化するのを望んでいるのは確かなようだな。
I don't know. But it is true that wants the battles to be more intense.
何のためにそんなことするのよ。
Why would they do something like that? Hold on a second. Karin looked indignant. Soichi felt the same, but at the same time he felt uneasy in not knowing what they were planning.
ねえ、これって何なのかな？
Hey, what's this? Huh? Nagisa took something out of the box. It was a small matchbox-sized plastic box I'd seen earlier. Nagisa, Karin took it and looked it over.
なんだろう、妙に軽いけど。あ、なんか書いてある。ほら。
I wonder. It's oddly light. Oh, there's something written on it. Look. Tool. Enhance map. So, a map enhancement thing? Soichi checked the box himself. He found something like connectors sticking out from where he found the words Karin had pointed at, and something that appeared to be a connector. Is this software for a PDA?
確かに手持ちのもので地図と言えるのはそれだけだな。うん。対応するコネクタらしきものも確かにある。
Well, it is about the only map we have on hand with us. Also has a applicable connector to it too. Takayama took it as PDA and checked it. In addition to the connector used to be connected to the collar, there was another connector on it as well. When he saw a difference between their size, Soichi felt their guess was on the mark. Or perhaps because Takayama was being cautious, he didn't put in his own PDA.
じゃあ、入れてみようよ。
Now try putting it in mine. You don't think it might be a trap?
でもスミスは当たりだって言ってたし、この箱に入ってるのは役立つものだけなんじゃないの？
But Smith said we'd hit the jackpot, so don't you think it only makes sense that there's be useful things in this box? That may be how it's been up till now, but there's no guarantee it'll be the case every time, Karin. Even Soichi thought he was being too cautious, but Soichi just couldn't bring himself to believe in it. Takayama seemed to feel the same as he nodded gravely.
でも、もしかしたらいいことが起きるかもしれないし。やっぱり使ってみるね。
But maybe something good will happen. Yep, I'm gonna use it after all. Or he could warn her to be a little more cautious. Nagisa had already plugged it into their PDA.
大丈夫？
Is it safe? Karin also seemed quite surprised as she looked at Nagisa's PDA. There was a bar graph along with the words installing shown above it.
インストール中です。ツールボックスを抜かないでください。なんかゲームみたい。
Installing. Please don't remove the toolbox. Sounds like a game. So those plastic boxes are called toolboxes, huh? I guess it really might be software for PDAs.
らしいな。種類が書いてあったことを考えると、種類がいくつもあるのだろう。
It seems that way. When you consider how there was a name brand on it, it seems likely that there are probably several types of them.
これ、バッテリーの消費は少ないんだって。ちょっとラッキーだよね。
It says here the battery consumption is low. Looks like we got lucky. Takayama looked in when he heard her mention the battery part.
バッテリーの消費についても書いてあるということは、機能の種類によっては消費する量も違うのだろうな。
Judging from the fact that it mentioned battery consumption, it would also seem that the amount of battery consumption varies depending on the type of software.
だとすると、今後別のツールボックスを見つけても、一つの PDA に機能を集めるのは危険だな。
In that case, even if we find our toolboxes, it'll be dangerous to put them all in one PDA. If the PDA battery ran out, that meant they could no longer remove the collars. You have to hold the Nagisa for a little while longer. For a while longer. And the battery consumption is low, so I think we got
そう
lucky.
だね。はい、インストール終わりっと。
You're right. Okay, the installation's done.
ねえねえ、どうなった？
How's it look?
ちょっと待ってね。
Hold on. Nagisa looked at her PDA and saw that the functions part in the menu was flashing. The new explanation had been added to the functions. By inserting these toolbox onto the connector on the sides of the PDAs, you can add new you can use software to add new functions to your PDA and customize it. And gain advantage over other players by adding new software. But particularly powerful software consumes a lot of battery when used. Are designed so that they consume a lot of battery when they're used. Your PDA will stop functioning if they use them too many times, and you won't be able to remove your collar then, so be careful. Also, a single toolbox can only be installed into one PDA. Please choose carefully which PDA you'll install it into. Looks like your guess is right on the mark, Takayama.
偶然だったがインストールされたのが彼女の PDA で正解だな。首輪の解除条件を考えると彼女の PDA は終盤まで持ち歩く必要がある。
It was just a coincidence, but it was right to install onto her PDA. And consider a collar release function. She's going to need to carry around her PDA until the very end. It seems her PDA is rather compatible with this kind of software. Didn't seem like there were any negative effects, so Soichi felt relieved for the time being.
見て見て、宗一くん。
Oh, look at this, Soichi. Nagisa showed Soichi her PDA. When he did, he saw that the map, had changed from how it was up till now. Now it shows the names of the rooms and stuff like that. And is this the non-combat areas?
ほう。
His interest peaked. Takayama also looked at the PDA. All sorts of new information been added to it. And with all the new information added to the PDA, he seemed a bit surprised.
すごいよね。これがあればかなり便利なんじゃない？
This is amazing. This will make things a lot easier for us, won't it? That's right. We're in this room, so this non-combat area is right nearby, it seems.
間違いないだろう。
Yes, I'm sure of it.
宗一くん、戦闘禁止エリアに行くの？
Are we going to the non-combat area, Soichi? I think it'd be best to rest for now. I think we'll get sorry, I think we're gonna get tired sooner or later. It said that because he was worried about Karin and Nagisa. Soichi felt he could still go on for a little bit. They couldn't expect the same from Karin and Nagisa.
でも、せっかくの地図なんだし、行けるだけ上に行った方がいいんじゃない？ほら、武器とか確保するために。
Now we've got a map, but now we've got the map enhanced. Should we get as close upstairs as we can? You know, so we can secure weapons and all that. I get what you're saying. and considered Smith's speech and conduct, there's a high possibility that they'd find stronger weapons the higher up they went. And that obtaining stronger weapons was directly connected to their own protection. Soichi understood all that, of course. Well, if the combat is going to escalate from this point onwards, why not get another chance to rest after this? I know we've got the map and all, but depending on where the non-combat areas are, there's no guarantee we'll be able to make it there, right? So we should rest. So I want to rest right now while we can.
その考えは正しい。これから先は休める時に休み、食べれる時に食べるべきだな。緊張状態が続くと疲労は思ったよりも抜けないものだ。
A wise mindset. From now on, we should eat and rest whenever we should rest and eat whenever we can. When a tense situation continues for as long as it does, as this, the exhaustion takes more out of you than you expect.
私もちょっと疲れちゃったかな。
I'm a little tired myself. Karin said, Nagisa said that, but to Soichi it looked more like she would want not Karin to get a rest more than herself. He sent Nagisa a thankful glance, and Nagisa gave him a wink when she saw that. She's showing Karin consideration even in this situation. Soichi was like her guardian in the sense they thought that, but he wasn't aware of it.
じゃあしばらく休憩する？
Should we take a little break?
いや、この先侵入禁止エリアが等間隔で増えていくなら、まだこのフロアには余裕がある。休息でなく睡眠をとっておこう。
Hold on a second. Alright, here we go. No, if the gap between non-combat areas is going to increase as time goes on, we should be okay on this floor. Let's aim to sleep instead of rest. And even if worse comes to worse, the next stairwell is close. Soichi said that while looking at the enhanced map, and Takayama nodded. We'll sleep in pairs while the other two keep a watch. Does that sound good?
どうやって別れる？やっぱり男女別？
How do we split it up? By gender?
戦力を考えるとそれは容認できないな。男は別々にした方がいい。
Considering our battle potential, that doesn't seem wise. We should alternate. The men should alternate in genders.
じゃあ私が総一と見張りする。
Oh, then I'll take the watch with Soichi.
あら、かりんちゃん、総一くんと二人きりになりたいの？
Oh my, you want to be all alone with Soichi, Karin?
え？
Huh? Karin froze for a minute after Nai said that with a smile. Then she blushed immediately afterwards.
違 総一ってば頼りないから私の方がいいかなって。
No, you got it all wrong. That's not it. Just that Soichi's unreliable. So I thought it'd be better if me along, that's all. Soichi smiled wryly when he heard his low assessment. Drawn in by that, Nix also laughed.
男が分散していれば問題はないだろう。あとはどちらが先に休むかだ。
If us men split up between groups, then there shouldn't be a problem. Next, we have to decide who's going to rest first.
ああ、そっちから先でいいよ。
Oh, you guys go on ahead. Karin came to a decision before they even started talking about it. Soichi didn't have any particular issues with it, but he was curious why she was being like that. Takayama didn't offer any objections. He actually thought talking about it would be a waste of
わか
time.
った。では4時間交代としよ
Understood. Let's take 4-hour shifts.
決まりだね。じゃあ戦闘禁止エリアに行こうか。
It's a plan. Let's head for the non-combat area, shall we? Yeah, let's. Their plan of action decided. Soichi's group started moving swiftly. Once they got to the non-combat area, Takayama and Nagisa immediately went deeper in and went to rest. Meanwhile, Soichi took up being on watch and all, took up a position, sat relatively close to the entrance. Karin also sat right next to him, nestling close to him.
は
Karin heaved a big sigh when she sat down. She must have been exhausted. You look really tired, Karin. You sure it wouldn't have been better for you to rest first?
大丈夫だよこれくらい。総一こそ後で平気だった？
I'll be fine. This is nothing. What about you? Are you fine sleeping later? I'm tired. As long as nothing happens during the watch, I can just keep sitting. Another 4 hours won't be a problem. Well, I'm fine all since I'm a guy, but don't push yourself, Karin.
私のこと女の子扱いしてくれるんだ。
So you're treating me as a girl, huh? Of course. Soichi smiled and rustled Karin's hair.
どっちかというと妹扱いなのかな。
Wait, hold on. Sorry, yeah, no, wait, never mind. Okay, I got it. Feels more like you're treating me like your little sister.
なんでもない。
No, nothing. Forgot I said anything. Karin smiled with a little hint of loneliness. Soichi stared at her in confusion. By the way, you're really up close to me. Are you cold or something? Karin heaved an exasperated sigh. No matter how much they opened their hearts to each other, perhaps he didn't notice it.
私はこうしてた方が安心できるの。ここじゃ何を信じていいのかわからないけど、それでも総一だけは大丈夫だと思うから。
I can be more at ease if I'm like this. I don't know what I can trust in this place. But I think you alone are fine. Karin. It's not just me, right? There's also Nagisa, and you can also trust Nagisa and Takayama, right? Soichi looked away to hide his embarrassment. It's been a long time since he felt the joy of someone relying on him. Even he was surprised at just how happy he felt.
もちろん渚さんも信じてる。高山さんも怖い人かと思ったけど、なんだかいい人みたいだし。
I trust Nagisa too, of course. As for Takayama, I think he's scary, but he seems like a good guy. I'm not sure I'd go as far as say he's a good guy, but I think it's okay to trust him. Yeah. Karin gave a little nod. It seemed like she didn't doubt him anymore either. Shin looked at Soichi with upturned eyes.
話は変わるんだけど。
This is a little off topic, but...
総一って好きな人いる？
You have someone you like, Soichi? Soichi snickered at the sudden question. Sorry, he spit at the sudden question. He stared at Karin with clear surprise.
ほら、修学旅行の夜とかこういうことを聞くでしょ？そういう感じ。
You know, like on this kind of stuff you talk about on the night of a field trip or something like that. It's just like this. I mean, I get that, but even so, that really came out of the blue.
いいから。どうなの？
It's fine. So, well, how about it? Let's see. Yeah, there is. My girlfriend. Perhaps Karin was interested in topics like that, being a fur agent and all. And so Soichi answered her. All while being careful to make sure the bitterness didn't show in his face. Even so, he looked off he instinctively looked off in the distance, hesitant to look her in the eye and say that. That's why he didn't notice Karin's face cloud over.
それってどんな人？
What's she like? Karin's heart was assaulted by a pain even she couldn't really understand. She wanted to know about Soichi. She wanted to understand him. Every time she did, she felt inexplicable pain. We started out as childhood friends. She hated twisted things, and she was kind of a loud, nosy one. She used to scold me all the time. She apparently she didn't like it when I tried to half-ass things, but I loved her. Karin was speechless when she heard Soichi talk about his girlfriend. She noticed it along with the pain. They always spoke about that girlfriend of his in past tense. She couldn't see any sorrow on Soichi's face. But Karin also knew it was something that gave him concern. Karin's heart welled with indescribable sorrow. She couldn't tell if it was sympathy or not. So,
寂しくない？
are you lonely? She asked that. Soichi gave a troubled smile. I'm fine. I haven't forgotten anything after all. He was fine because he hadn't forgotten anything. And he suffered because he hadn't forgotten anything. So his answer was partly a lie. I promised her all sorts of things. No, more like she made me promise all sorts of things, I guess. Like to never be sly. Always stay sharp. Hold my head up high and that.
だから宗一は
So that's why Soichi wouldn't hurt people. If he did hurt someone, it wouldn't be to his benefit. She understood that Soichi was like that because of that promise. She understood it.
あの
Well,
宗一
Soichi? Well, I think that's about enough of that. If we're too loud, the Nice and Takayama might not be able to sleep.
うん
Yeah. Karin turned to Soichi, leaned closer to him as she answered in a tiny voice. Soichi became aware of what a coward he was, at how he'd unconsciously tried to gloss over the subject before she could ask any further. Even so, he couldn't help himself. For a little while after that, he felt guilty about lying to Karin. So he made up his mind and spoke. I'm sorry. That was a lie. Truth be told, I am lonely. Karin? He found it strange when she didn't respond. Then he noticed that Karin was snoozing. So he just snickered a bit at the cute look on her face. She slept. So you really were tired, weren't you? He gently rustled Karin's soft hair. She showed no signs of waking up. Time just kept passing on by. No one dropped by this non-combat area during the time Soichi was on watch. Pool of blood spread across the floor. A lone woman looked down on it.
何者だったのかしらね、彼女。
I wonder who in the world she was. The woman was the person who once attacked Karin when she was alone. Goda.
でもこうなってしまえば、もう関係はないわね。
It doesn't matter anymore at this point. In front of Goda was a dead, lifeless corpse. It made for a bit of a thrilling event, so she thought she might as well offer her. She might have to offer some thanks. Goda gave a small smirk as she operated her PDA.
私よ。そっちの状況はどう？
It's me. How's the situation over
今
there?
回はスロースタートで不満も出ていましたが、彼女の行動はとても受けています。
There was some displeasure at what slow start we had this time, but her actions were very well received. Go listened to the man's voice as she looked at the corpse of the woman who'd been known as Fumika Rikishima. She's done well to face against an armed opponent like Goda. Her actions deserve merit. After all, she'd been defending an injured person, kept on running, and used a trap she tricked against her to allow her companion to get away from Goda.
私には無意味な頑張りに思えたけど。
I think all the effort was pointless in the end. She pounded a wall separating the hallway. Rumika allowed her companion Reika to escape behind the wall while it was shutting, and stayed in front of the wall in order to block Go to hold her off. Though she knew those sorts of self-sacrificial acts were overseen by the customers, it held no merit to Goda
これから
whatsoever.
どうされますか？
What are you going to do
も
now?
う少し大胆にかき回してみるわ。そうしないと今回は退屈なことになりそうですもの。
I'll try stirring things up a little more here. If we don't do that, it's gonna end up. It looks like it'll end up rather boring this time.
わかりました。何か用意するものは？
Understood. Would you like me to prepare
当
anything?
面の間は手持ちのもので何とかしてみるわ。何か変わったことがあったら連絡をちょうだい。
We'll make do with what we have on hand for the time being. Contact me if anything changes, though. And with that, she hung up. She didn't look back down the corpse again.
それにしても本当に自己犠牲に準じるだなんて珍しい参加者もいたものね。
Even so, it's not very often we get a player who turns out to be a self-sacrificial martyr. By its nature, most players in the game were motivated by money rather than morals. And even if that weren't the case, their true colors were easily revealed in extreme situations like these. And the majority of people's cases, most of them turn out to be ugly on the inside. That was why betrayal and abandonments were that's why betrayals were so common here and had become quite a bore to watch.
まあたまにはこういう人がいてもいいわね。ただ
Oh well. A player like this every now and then is fine. It's just... there was something that was bothering Goda. Fumi could have run away while protecting an injured person, but she'd held out for far too long. That was because she knew all the ins and outs of how to handle a gun, shooting, and its flaws.
まさかね。
No, as if she'd known about that. No, it couldn't be. Goda smiled wryly and abandoned her thoughts. Whatever the case, it wouldn't change the result.
PDA は連れの方に渡していたようね。死ぬ覚悟をしてまで助けたってことかしら。
Seems she gave her PDA to her companion. Looks like she was, maybe she was willing to help them ready to die? Goda couldn't relate to someone who would go that far to save another's
逃げ
life.
延びた一人は明らかに素人な上怪我人。相当運がいいとしても終了まで生き残ることはないでしょうね。
The one who got away is clearly an amateur and is injured on top of that. Even if she's got good luck, it's unlikely she'll be able to survive till the end of the
放
game.
っておけば勝手に殺し合いの種になるわ。だとしたら次に狙うのはやっぱりあの集団かしら。
She has the makings of a killer on her, even if I leave her alone. So maybe we should go after that group next? The managers made miscalculations during this game, and there'd be more players and groups than expected. Oh wait, sorry, misread that. Through a miscalculation by the management side during this game, more people had grouped up than expected. And so Goda had been ordered to split them up. But there were still many people in groups together.
最悪の場合、あっちはあっちに任せてもいいんだけど。
Worst come to worst, I can just leave it to them, but... Huh? Goda heard several footsteps approaching. She'd been so caught up in her thoughts that it seemed that she dropped her guard a little. Goda's face grew, bitter for a moment. But she calmly put some distance between her and the body, and hid her pistol in her bag. Right after that, Tezuka and Nagasawa dropped on by.
へえ、銃声が聞こえたと思ったら、こんなところで戦ってたんだ。
I thought I heard a gunshot, but there was a fight here, huh?
これは仕方なかったの。いきなり襲われて、だから正当防衛なのよ。
I didn't have a choice. She just attacked me. So I acted in self-defense.
はあ、じゃ、こっちのお姉さんから襲ってきたんだ。
Then this lady was the one who attacked, huh? Yes. Go looked on while putting on a mask of fear, and wrapped her arms around her own body. If she trembled a little, those who didn't know her normally wouldn't doubt her. As proof of that, neither Tezuka nor Nagasawa looked particularly cautious of
で
her.
も情けないの。襲いかかった方が返り討ちに遭うなんてさ。
But man, how pathetic for the attacker to be the one getting off in the end.
必死だったわ。 たくはないもの。
I was desperate too. I didn't want to die.
そりゃそうかなあどうする
Yeah, makes sense. Hey, what should we do?
あ俺に聞く必要はないだろ坊主お前の好きにしろ
Hmm? No, you didn't ask me, right? You just do you, kid.
だからガキ扱いするなって
I told you, stop treating me like a kid. The two of them started having a casual argument. Ghost smiled deep down as she watched that. That's as good as they are. That's a... Oh, no, sorry. They're not that perceptive, huh? It seemed their guards were down, so maybe better for her to disappear before instead of waiting for them to pass on by. After all, her original goal hadn't been to kill anyone, but just to stir up conflict. But in their current situation, Go's life was in far too much risk. Given their PDAs, there's no way they won't miss up a chance to kill someone.
もしよかったら私も一緒に行っていいかしら。
If it's alright, can I come with you guys too? She asked this, putting on the mask of a frail woman. It'd be easier to get the drop on them if she got them to drop their guards. Go looked at Nagasawa when she prepared to say more, only for her face to freeze over. But contrary to Go's expectations, Nagasawa wasn't dropping his guard at all. Instead, he was pointing a gun to Goda.
さおばさん俺前にそこのお姉さんと戦ってるんだよね
Listen up, lady. You know, I followed that chick before.
でも逃げるばかりだったよ少なくともいきなり襲ってくる人には見えなかったな
But all she did was run away. At the very least, she didn't look like the kind who just attacked people out of the blue. She made a simple mistake. When she realized her error, Go tried to make up any excuse she could think of.
待って。
Wait!
待たないよずっと銃を握ってる人なんかね
Nope. Not when you've been holding a gun all this time. The bullet pierced Go's left chest. She fell backwards and collapsed to the ground. She held her hands over her wounds, disbelief sculpting her face. Since the bullet had pierced near her heart, rivulets of blood were gushing out of her.
子供に
Dying to a child like this?
俺を子供扱いするなよおばさんあんたを殺したのは俺なんだ
Don't treat me like a kid. I'm the one who killed you, Granny. Exalted over the sensation of killing someone for the first time, Nagasawa laughed loudly as he laughed loudly. Tezuka watched it with a cruel expression. Perhaps it was only natural for him to get excited over just killing a single person given his age. But even so, Tezuka was still disappointed.
ま、比べても仕方ないことか。
Oh well, all's well that ends well in the end, I guess. If he had to say which of them was, if he was asked between the two of them, which was sane there, he'd have to go with Nagasawa, of course. Tezuka was well aware of that. Though it was to survive and get his hands on money, it was already in his nature to kill people anyway.
いや、もしかしたら俺も変わっているのかもな。
No, maybe I'm changing too. Nagasawa didn't notice Tezuka's self-deprecation. A little while back, after Soichi's group woke up and ate, they headed for the fourth. They went up to the fourth floor. Apart from the second floor becoming a forbidden area, while Soichi and Karin were on watch, nothing particularly strange had happened during that time. Incidentally, Karin blushed and apologized when she realized she'd fallen asleep, but of course Soichi wasn't bothered by that. All he did was give her a little teasing smile.
ねえ、宗一、他の人たちどうなってるのかな?
Hey Soichi, what do you think is going on with the others? Good question. Might have bought into the game just like Tezuka and Nagasawa. But at the very least, I don't think we can abandon our thought to survive everyone.
そうだよね。
Yeah, you're right. Whatever the case, we haven't come across anyone. I wonder if Fumika and Reika are on this floor.
3階の戦闘禁止エリアに来てくれたら楽だったんだけどね。
It would have been so much easier on us if they'd gone to the third floor's non-combat area.
偶然に頼るにしても分が悪い。向こうも拡張地図を持っていれば別だが、そうでなければ行きたくてもなかなか戦闘禁止エリアにたどり着けないだろう。
It's not good to bet on coincidences. It would be a different story if they also have an enhanced map. But if they don't have one, they probably couldn't get to a non-combat area if they wanted to. Karin looked concerned that Takayama's composed
だ
words.
ったら他の人ってちゃんと休めてるのかな。レイカさんって怪我してるんだよね。
I wonder if the others are resting. Reika's injured, right? I'd like to meet up with them soon if we can. It'll be much easier on us then. We can also find non-combat areas with our enhanced map.
任せて。
Yep, leave it to me. Nagisa, the one with the enhanced map, puffed her chest out proudly. Soichi couldn't help crack a smile at her relaxed attitude. Let's move forward while looking for Fumika and searching other rooms. Oops, I think yeah. Let's look for Fumika and Reika and also check other rooms as we go forward. If possible, I'd like to find something nice so you can get this thing off me. Soichi tapped his collar as he said in a sarcastic tone. Nagisa giggled, and Karin appeared to have realized something. What's wrong, Karin?
なんでもない。
No, it's nothing. Karin looked away with clear suspicion. She sent Takayama a glance, but in the end said nothing. So she pondered whether to question her further or not. Then Nagisa spoke up after she opened the door and looked into it.
この部屋には割と木箱がたくさんあるよ。
Oh, there's a lot of wooden boxes in this room.
え、本当？行こうよ、総一。
Oh, really? Let's go, Soichi. Yeah. Drawn by Nagisa's chair, they entered the room. There were indeed several wooden boxes piled up there. Apart from that, there are several other objects lying around that can only be seen as junk.
これだけあれば何かあるよね。
We're bound to find something with all these boxes, right? Or they could just mean there's a whole lot of nothing either.
開けてみればわかることだ。それより一応開ける瞬間は離れていてくれ。
Well, no, once we open it, the longer we talk, the longer that moment gets, farther that moment gets away from us.
どうして？
No, sorry, I mistook that. Well, no, once we open it. Anyway, get away from it when we open it up. Huh? Why is
俺
that?
はどうもここにあるものを信用できなくてな。一応今回は慎重に開けてみるが、ムービートラップが仕掛けてある可能性も考えるべきだろう。
I can't bring myself to trust anything in here. I plan to open them carefully, but I think we should also consider the possibility they might be booby-trapped when we open the lid.
そして慣れの面から考えてその処理には俺が適任だ。まあ本格的なトラップは見抜けないだろうし、持ち回りにしても構わないがな。
Also, when considering my own experience, I think I'm best suited for checking them. Well, I probably can't see through a trap if it's there. Hold on a sec. So I don't mind if we do it in turns. He said it in a slightly joking tone. Soichi was surprised. He hadn't expected that from Takayama. Anyway, they did as Takayama said and watched from a distance as he stood by the pile of wooden boxes. In reality, they probably should have been checking out the stuff that looked like junk, but their attention was drawn to the wooden boxes no matter what they did. So he took a breath as Takayama opened the boxes and laid them next to each other one after another. When he heard booby traps, Soichi been half expecting them to explode in gas or fire. But fortunately, they showed nothing abnormal.
問題ないようだな。
Appears to be safe.
よかった。それで何かいいもの入ってる？
Oh, good. So, is there anything good in them? Relieved, Karin approached. Judging from how casually she walked on over, it seems she held a great deal of trust
一
now.
つだけ中身があった。入っていたのは武器だが、また銃と弾丸だ。
One of them has something in it. A weapon. Another gun and ammo. Didn't hear anything from Smith this time, right? Which means there must be other guns on this floor, I
少し
guess.
先の武器って本当にちょっとだけ先だったんだ。
So when he said we were supposed to get him a little while later, he really did mean only a little while. The other participants, particularly Tezuka and Nagasawa, got their hands on a gun, so each group would lose one of their advantages. Of course, there was also the possibility that they wouldn't find boxed weapons in them, but they couldn't afford to be optimistic. There's also this toolbox.
今度は何のソフトだったの？
I don't know what kind of software this one is.
貸して貸して。
Let me see. Karin took the toolbox for nice to look at it. Like the other one, it had a name on it. Tool, collar search.
ツール、カラーサーチ。カラーってなんだっけ？色？
Tool, collar search? What exactly does that mean? So yeah, in Japanese, this is a Japanese exclusive joke because it's originally in English. I'm just gonna gloss over it. No, that's wrong. By collar, I think they mean these.
サーチはそのままだな。ということは、首輪を探すことができるのか。
In other words, it means to search for the collars.
それってすごくない？これでフミカさんたちとだって合流しやすくなるよ。
That's amazing, isn't it? We'll be able to meet up with Fumika and Reika with it. It'll be easy for us to meet up with Fumika and Reika with this. Karin seemed a little excited, but Soichi was a bit concerned. It's because of the explanation that come with the toolbox on the PDA. It seemed like a rather useful function, so it probably used up a lot of battery.
これも地図に表示されるよね。だったら私のに入れた方がいいのかな。
So it'll show up on the map too, right? It may be better to put it in mine.
どうかな。でもその方が見やすいよね。
I wonder about that, but that'd be easier to see, wouldn't it? Wait, hold on a sec. Huh? So I tried to stop her, but she already plugged in. Nagisa had already plugged in the toolbox to her PDA. She frankly looked at her PDA. When he saw the battery consumption notice, he realized his guess had been right on the money. Consumes a rather large amount of battery. Like, it seems like you're only be using it when we're searching. Won't it be dangerous to install it on top of the other one?
そうかな。
You think so? You need to keep your PDA until the end of the game in order to remove your collar. So I think we should take that into consideration. Or if it had been a different condition, it would have been another story. But Nagis's collar required her to wait some time until she can remove it. If she ran out of battery before that, that'd be spelling her own death sentence.
首輪といえばだけど。
About the whole collar thing, Kara nervously spoke up. She was looking at
高
Takayama.
山さん、そろそろ首輪を外しておいた方がいいんじゃない？
Maybe it's about time we remove Takayama's collar? Takayama probably hadn't been expecting to hear that. He raised an eyebrow and gave Karen a probing glance. Soichi felt like he understood what she was getting at. You can probably be thinking along the lines of this. Perhaps she was worried that he was putting off removing his own collar for
せっか
Takayama.
くだが一度交わした契約だ。このままで構わない。
We made a deal. I don't mind keeping it the way things
で
are.
もあの時とは違ってもう疑ってないから。
But we don't doubt you anymore like we did back
そうだ
then.
な。だったらこうしよう。
I see. Then let's try this. Takayama took Nagis's PDA, which was on the yes or no prompt for installing the software, and removed the toolbox. Then started installing on his own
これな
PDA.
ら気兼ねなく機能を使うことができる。もしもバッテリーが心もとなくなったら、その時首輪を解除させてもらおう。
This way we can use the use the function without much concern. If it looks like we're going to run out of battery, then we'll remove my collar then.
高山さん。
Trace of tears welled in Karen's eyes when she heard Takayama's dispassionate proposal. She really was a kind girl at heart. Let's try using it once we've finished installing it.
早く合流できるといいね。
I hope we can meet up with them again soon. Problem is if we see, is if Fumika, Reika, and Tezuka and Nagasawa are grouped up separately. Might be, might pass by them while hiding from
こ
them.
ちらには拡張地図もある。調整していけばいいだろう。
We have an enhanced map. We'll just need to plan accordingly. Looks like it's their only choice. Yeah. Then.
総一
Oh. Well, this looks like a bit of a cliffhanger ending, so I'm probably gonna actually stop here for tonight, because it's probably not really a good place to stop otherwise. So yeah, things are heating up as we saw that Fumika and Goda are now dead, and now they've gotten their hands on more power. But who can say how it's gonna turn out from here? We'll have to see next time. So until then, I'll see you later.